This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 198, 10 Lessons to Teach Your Kids About Money, Part 2, by Babauta of Zen Habits.net. And I am Dan, your host and narrator here on the podcast. We do this each Monday through Friday. I'm here reading to you from some of the best personal finance blogs on the planet. Now, today's post is a continuation from yesterday. It's actually a two-parter, so if you have not checked out Tuesday's episode yet, that's episode 197, you will probably want to hear that first. And I'll quickly mention that today is the very last day to be on our mailing list if you want to be entered into a book raffle happening at midnight tonight. You can join by entering your email address at oldpodcast.com, and I will remind you one more time at the end of this show. And that's it for the housekeeping, so let's continue yesterday's post as we optimize your life. 10 Lessons to Teach Your Kids About Money, Part 2, by Babauta of Zen Habits.net. 4. Teach them how your money can make money. This is the lesson on investing, and it's a lesson many of us can learn. It's one thing to save where you get perhaps 5% interest, but if your kids are going for short-term goals, they probably won't see much compound interest happening. You'll need them to make a longer-term goal, such as a trip once they graduate if you have a teenager, or a down payment on a car, or even something a little smaller. Whatever the goal, teach them about how they can put their money in certain investments and how those investments will grow over time. That growth is their money earning money for them. It's free money, almost, but the cost is not spending on other stuff in the meantime and getting into the habit of investing the money, and it'll help them get to their goals faster. 5. Teach them about creating a budget. It doesn't have to be a complicated budget, but what you really want to teach them is how to plan their spending instead of having a big wad of cash that keeps getting smaller with every impulse buy. Something simple like $30 savings for a bike, $30 investing for a long-term goal, $20 for a birthday gift for mom, and $30 for spending. Then teach them how to split the money up and how to keep within those planned amounts. Make it simple and easy so they don't grow up thinking that budgets are hard and onerous like many of us grew up thinking. If they get into the habit now, it'll pay off huge when they grow up. 6. Teach them to pay bills. Does your teenager have a cell phone? Who pays the bill? Give them the amount in their monthly budget and allow them to pay the bill each month. If they're late, the service will be cut off. They'll learn to pay the bill on time. Other bills could include a car when they're of driving age, cable TV, or internet. If you let them pay any of these bills, you'll probably want to monitor them to make sure they're actually making the bills. 7. Teach them about the dangers of debt. This probably isn't a lesson they can understand when they're 6 years old, but when they're teenagers, they can grasp the concept. You'll need to discuss things like loans, credit cards, and other debts. If you want them to learn by doing, you can have them take out a car loan or get a very limited credit card that they pay for. They'll soon learn that paying debt payments reduces how much they have to pay for other stuff and how the debt payments can get to be overwhelming. 8. Teach them that earning more money gets them closer to their goals. If you have a savings goal, you can reduce your expenses to get there faster, and you can also earn more money. They can start learning this lesson at a young age by earning extra money, not from chores as they need to learn to contribute to the household without expecting pay, but from extra projects such as doing yard work or babysitting for the neighbors, washing people's cars, etc. Later, they can get a part-time job to pay for a car or any other goals. 9. Teach them about advertising and consumerism. This is something that should be taught at home and in the school because most of us grow up without really being aware of the effects that advertising, marketing, and consumerism have on us and on our spending. This is often the root of our financial problems, whether we're young or old. Teach them about the goal of advertising, to get us to buy their products or services and to get us to spend our money. And show how advertising affects us and gets us to do that. And talk about consumerism and how it hurts us financially, how it's not good for the environment, and how it leads to a cluttered house full of expensive and wasted stuff. 10. Teach them about impulse buying. Closely related to number 9 above, of course, impulse buying is the effect of advertising and consumerism. Teach them about pausing before buying, recognizing the signs of impulse buying, like increased heart rate, heavy breathing, other similar body signs. Using a 30-day list before buying anything that's not completely necessary, avoiding shopping malls and online shopping sites, and reducing your need to keep up with others and buy prestige things, like cars, clothes, shoes, and gadgets, to look good in the eyes of others. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled 10 Lessons to Teach Your Kids About Money by Babauta of Zen Habits.net. Now, number 5 was about teaching them how to create a budget, and something we recommend here is having them, and you too, of course, track every income and expense for a week or more. It's a great experiment and brings a lot more mindfulness to your purchases, and it works as a little financial snapshot, if you will, so you can see if you're making more than you spend. Now, we have a spreadsheet with a video tutorial, as we mentioned before, to help you do just that, and we give it away for free to anybody who's part of our weekly newsletter family. That's your first gift from us, and then you're entered into book raffles every month, and the next one is happening tomorrow, so right now is the time to join. It's totally free and a great way to show your support for what we're doing here at Optimal Finance Daily. So just come by oldpodcast.com and enter your email address for all of those goodies, or you can join by texting the word financial to the number 44222. That's the word financial to 44222. Either way you do it is going to add you to our little weekly newsletter, and you'll get your gifts immediately, plus you'll be entered into those raffles. But make sure you're in before midnight tonight if you want to be part of tomorrow's raffle. One last time, it's oldpodcast.com or text the word financial to 44222. And that'll do it for the Wednesday show. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Finance Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.